could address in general for us, Mike, who is regulated by MCLR?
Well, I'm happy to say that regulation is one of the words that's in the title of our initiative, and it's one of the things that most people in the state and many people in the business of cannabis in this industry in this state really are very, very interested in. And what we have done is basically set up a tiered system to regulate both a variety of types and the extent to which people can both produce, process, cultivate, convert, extract, test, distribute, or wholesale cannabis or cannabis-containing products. And I think we've done an excellent job of explicating the breadth of the industry and tried to include every step of the process from the production of the cannabis to the retail sale. So we have established a number of different businesses that will be regulated, and the regulation process I should talk about first begins with simply an application to register to participate in these businesses. It's not a license which you have to apply for and qualify for. It is something where you will apply in order to be registered. And as long as you abide by the guidelines within the definitions of the various acts, then you will be in a protected use situation. And we have defined those acts so that in our tiered approach, you can be an artisan cultivator, which means that you're for an annual fee of $1,000, you'll be able to grow up to 100 plants, and the fee will be waived or refunded if the crop fails to yield its expected harvest. For a larger registration fee, you can become a commercial cultivator. The fee will be $10,000 plus $150 per 100 square foot of cannabis plant canopy, and once again, the fee will be waived or refunded if it fails to yield its expected harvest. You can also register to become an edible processor for $5,000. You can become a topical processor for $2,000. You can become a concentrate processor for $10,000. You can become a cannabis distributor for $1,000, which allows you to process, convert, distribute, combine, receive, provide, purchase, possess, test, and destroy cannabis and cannabis-containing products. And you can become a cannabis retailer, which is a $5,000 fee, which allows you to do all of the same, including wholesale transactions. In addition, you can become a licensed analytical cannabis laboratory to provide testing and verification for labeling regarding potency and screening for pesticides and or solvent residues, etc. And lastly, you can also register as a compassionate use provider and have your registered collective, cooperative, dispensary, or person, or any individual business person, and provide cannabis to people who you choose to, based on your definition of what your compassion allows. So the tiered approach is comprehensive. We also allow people to have a number of individual grow licenses. If someone wants to be an artisan cultivator of 100 or fewer plants, they can become an artisan cultivator 2 or 3 times over to increase the license of their plants. And gosh, what else do I have to say? The fees are required to provide funding for the public safety inspections and legal regulation that will be required. And Small growers are further protected with a cap on the taxes for the final sale that totals no more than 20%, so that the black market will not be able to compete with them. I think that pretty much covers it.
That's.
Also, I just want to add one more thing. The commission itself, the California Cannabis Commission itself, is regulated to prevent monopolies of scale or corruption at the regulatory level. So there's a lot of regulation in MCLR, but we tried and I think succeeded in making it possible to register and register and permit any business that currently is in existence as long as they act responsibly.
That's wonderful. Thanks, Mike. And you actually addressed more or less the last question that came in while you were speaking about protecting small growers.